to 1 week of age. But all these other stages, you can see some animals still have them. And then again, bifidobacterium, I'm interested in developing bifidobacterium for use in ruminants. You can see 1 week after weaning, majority of the animals had high abundance. The other thing was family of pathogenic bacteria. You can see Enterobacteriaceae, that's where most of the pathogens are. At 6 weeks of age, we had very high numbers of detection, and most of the animals had very high levels of these bacteria. And then you look at Campylobacter again, 6 weeks of age, mostly detectable between 1 month and the day of weaning, and then the levels go down. And so if we are looking at risk, that is a group that had the highest numbers. Okay, and then we know about Escherichia coli, that is of importance in both animal and human health, again at 6 weeks of age. Clostridium has pathogens of animal health important. So again, we could see the ages that were most at risk. And then Salmonella, that's a species that is of importance to both animals and humans. And so we could tell which ages are most at risk, usually between 1 week of age and then 6 weeks of age. Again, that's the age that is most at risk. And then Shigella, we know, I'm sorry. Shigella is also a pathogen that is, we didn't expect this because it's not anything we talk about in animals, but a lot of the young animals had this species in their gut. And so what they're doing there is something that we need to investigate, because this is a pathogen of human importance. And is this zoonotic? We don't know yet. Okay, and then Acinetobacter, that was another interesting finding. We don't talk about Acinetobacter in the gut of animals, but in our study it was highly enriched 2 days after weaning, which is at stage when the animals are highly susceptible to diarrhea and all that. So are they causing that in animals? That was another interesting finding. Manemia causes respiratory diseases in cattle, sheep, and goats. And so we could see, again, which animals had most of these species and which stages to target for prevention. Okay, Clostridium perfringens, most of us know about it. We vaccinate our sheep and goats against it. Again, we see the ages here. And then Clostridium difficile, that's a pathogen of human importance. So in summary, we could identify different microbial taxa in the gut of pastured goats. Some of them have rarely been detected in goats. And so that's a unique finding in this project. And then we could also see the age-based differences in abundance and prevalence of potential beneficial and pathogenic bacteria. All right, so